So good evening all, it's the eve of the big game, Champions League quarter-final, second leg, albeit there's no fans, no 12th man and no Anfield factor, but we still walk on with hope in our heart and we go into tomorrow's game, huge game, obviously a momentous task as I said in the match preview, but a game that we should have optimism and some positive hope that we can pull something out of. We're playing the mighty Real Madrid, a team full of winners, serial winners, very experienced, not going to be easy. As I said, you have players in this team that have won European Championships, won 4 European Cups, won World Cups. So we're really up against it with 3-1 down, but in many ways we were probably lucky to just leave Madrid with a 3-1 defeat, and that gives us some optimism and some hope. I'm gonna go tomorrow. What I'm gonna do here this evening is for tomorrow's game. I'm gonna do me predicted starting 11 and me score prediction. Something that I hate doing when it comes to game score prediction, but you have to do it, and if you get it right, you always feel better, don't you? Start 11 for tomorrow. Tried and trusted, Alisson, Becker in goal. You'd have to go with him. Liverpool's best keeper, the world's current best goalkeeper. At right full, you bring Trent Alexander-Arnold into this, no doubt about it. Got a Woolley, got the winner, latest of late goals at the Cop on Saturday. Hadn't got a great game in Madrid last week, but hoping that he wants to come out with some aggression, some intensity, some urgency, and look to redeem himself. Go for Trent at full back. The other full back, obviously on the left, will be the tried and trusted and Andy Robbo, who again has been one of our better players this season, and obviously the two centre backs who of late have been tried and trusted, and we haven't had a lot of centre back options this season. You'd have to go with Ozzy Kabak and Nat Van Dijk, come as you like. So that'll be the back four with Alisson in goal, and then as a whole in midfielder, the world's greatest central defensive midfielder in world football at the moment in fabulous Fabinho, and then ahead of him I'm going to go for Thiago and James Milner. And why go for Thiago, you say? Well, Thiago is very experienced in the Champions League, and I think playing a calibre, a side of good as Real Madrid and experience they are, you've got to bring in a player like Thiago. What I've seen of Thiago in the 2 games against Leipzig this season is something different to what I haven't really seen in the Premier League. And that experience he brings and what he brings to the party is going to be pivotal, I think, for us tomorrow night. James Milner, again, very experienced, wise head, full of energy. He's going to set the tempo. He demands the tempo. He's going to set that urgency. He's going to come out fighting. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to want intensity, energy from these Liverpool boys. So I'm going with James Milner in midfield. I think Gini was a bit fearful last week. Justy was off it last week, I think, and I think look, Gini has had such a long season, he's played so much football, but what a player. I love Gini Wijnaldum, he's a great player, but I just think for this game we're going to have to mix up a little bit in midfield, and that's why I'm going to go with the experience of Fabinho, Thiago and James Milner. I think Milner's been very progressive as well at going forward for us this season, and you probably could have said that, you know, starting him last week would have been probably the right thing to do, because I think Naby was way off it, or Thiago last week, because Thiago, as I said, in the 2 games against Leipzig was really good as well, and I think he will look to attack tomorrow. He will look to cause Real problems. He'll be looking for those eye of a needle passes for us. So I'm just hoping, and I think, and that's just my opinion, that this midfield will be the best for tomorrow in Fabinho, Thiago and James Milner. And then up front you'd have to go with majestic, momentous, marvellous, magic. He's Mo, our top goal scorer, Premier League's top goal scorer. Got a goal last week in Madrid in Mo Salah. Then in the middle, Bobby Firmino. I think he's done really well against Arsenal. He done really well against Villa. He was sharp, he was lively. He should have gotten that goal as well, by the way, only for a shambolic and senseless VAR decision. I think Bobby, you bring in his experience well into this. We know it's dropping deep and holding up the ball, and as I said, in the last 2 games at Arsenal, when he started and against Villa, he was lively, he was sharp, and he's been a lot better than what he has been in other periods of this season. And then I'm going for Jota, Diogo Jota. As I said, he some past channels and reviews that he's been brilliant for us this season. He's come off the bench more times than he started. He's missed 3 months of football. He already backed himself 13 goals and assists. You go for the Portuguese man in this game. I think you play him up front. Mane has been way off the pace. He hasn't been doing it for us this season. He's lacked that intensity, that aggression. He's lacked that real spark, and obviously he's not being clinical either. He hasn't been scoring. So I'm going with tomorrow, Alisson, Trent, Ozzy Kabak, Nat Van Dijk, Cam as you like, Robbo, Fabinho, Thiago, Milner, Salah, Firmino and Jota. They're my starting 11. I'm going tomorrow because I've hope in my heart we're going into this second leg. You've got to be, as a Liverpool fan, you have to have some sort of optimism. Whenever we've had great nights, whenever we've had great comebacks, they've all been this European competition, and a lot of them have been we've made the impossible possible. Do you know what I mean? And I think I'm going to go with tomorrow. My scoreline prediction is 2-0. Liverpool come out, we get 2 goals, but we got to be very, very patient tomorrow. Madrid are very experienced, serial winners, as I said. They schooled us last week. I expect this to be a really tough game as well. I seen that Vasquez is now out for Real, so that's going to be Ramos, Varane, Vasquez out. I think Hazard will come back into the squad for them, but probably won't start. We got to get at this Madrid side. Defensively, they are vulnerable. We didn't test them last week. We didn't ask any questions, never mind asking enough questions. We just got to come out tomorrow, straight out of blocks, intensity, energy, set the urgency, set the tempo, try and win every ball. Show Madrid why this is Anfield. Show Madrid why we're Liverpool, and show Madrid why we're the side that can go to Istanbul and win number 7 this season. I walk on with hope in my heart, and I pray that we get something tomorrow. I know the players, I think, will react tomorrow. I think they will make us proud, but I just hope it's going to be enough to send us through. And I'm going for Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 0. Hope you like this channel, and I hope also you like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be back on Thursday after the game. You'll catch me on the COP TV tomorrow giving me match reaction, so make sure you go over there as well, like and subscribe, and I'll catch us all on Thursday. Have a good evening, take care, and up the Reds.